Hello students. So once again I welcome you all in the alchemy online tutorials. So I guess everybody is sitting at home. You all are in the continuous study, okay, by looking after the videos and all which are being uploaded on the YouTubes. Am I right? Okay, so students. So as we all know that already we have started this particular chapter, that is chapter number 1. This is nature and significance of management. And already we have completed half of the chapter, almost half of the chapter we have completed. Only 2 or 3 topics are being left out. Okay, so within our 2 or 3 videos, we're going to end up with this particular chapter. Okay, students. So already we have done with the introductory part of this particular chapter. Then we have gone through the process of management. I'm not going in deep, students. Please go in the individual links that what has been sent to you, and then you can see the videos from those particular links. Clear? So I'm not going deep in for each and every topic. Clear? Then we have started with the features of the management, then we have gone through the objectives of management, then we have completed the importances of management. So we have completed few of the topics which are important. Now today we're going to start up with a very important topic of this particular chapter, which is definitely every year in your board exams, the question from this particular topic is definitely there in your exam. Okay, students, so please understand this particular topic very carefully. If you are not able to understand by seeing the video by once, please watch the videos twice, thrice, and in case any doubts are there, please pin me up personally and then we're going to solve all your doubts. Okay, students? So let's begin with our next topic of this particular chapter, and quite a very important topic of this particular chapter, that is natures of management. Now see, this nature of management is broadly classified into 3 types. Okay, what are those? Management is a science, like you can see, I have zoomed it out. Management as an art, and then management as a profession. Okay, then at the downside, I have written one question that management is both science as well as art. Now this question is probably asked many a times in your exams. Okay, that why management is being termed as science and art both. So we need to explain it. The answer of this particular question will going to unfold very soon in this video only. Clear, students? So let's begin with our topic number 1, that is management as a science. Okay. So students, as you can see on your slide, on the present slide, the definition is written of science. What it is written? Science can be defined as a systematic and an organized body of knowledge based on logical observed findings, facts and events. Now see, what happens is, now basically if I tell you what do you mean by science. So science means which have a cause and effect relationship, which is truthful, okay, which is truthful and which is having a cause and effect relationship, which is universal and which is somewhat having a opinion or having a applicability everywhere and which is same everywhere. Like what the terminology or whatever the methodologies which are being followed here, the same methodologies will going to be followed somewhere else. Okay, means the logic, the truth, the events will going to be same. Now what happened is, why management is compared as science, or can management be compared as science? The question is such like that. Okay, so now what happens is, here it is written that principles, what happens whenever we are inculcating any of the new principles in science, okay, whenever we are coming to any conclusion, then before coming to any conclusion in science, we are doing lots and lots of experiments. Am I right? We are doing lots and lots of experiments. And if we are being satisfied with those particular experiments, then only we are coming to a particular conclusion. And then we are making different principles. Now supposedly, for example, if I take an example of law of gravity, okay, the law of gravity which is there over here, and the logic behind this law of gravity will not going to be changed anywhere else, whether you are situated in India or whether you are situated at any part of the world. Law of gravity, the concept behind that law of gravity will be same. Am I right? The concept, the truth, the happening will going to be same. Clear? The logic will going to be same. Fine. And it is a universal truth. Universal truth means that the way it is being followed here, the same way it will going to be followed everywhere. This is what science is. But can we compare science with the management? That we're going to see in the further topic. Like here, some features are written, and by learning those features, we're going to compare that whether the management is compared with science or not. Now, the first feature is systematic body of knowledge. Systematic body of knowledge means, see, we know that in science we are having proper books, we are having proper study material, and organized study material, reading which we are getting the knowledge. Okay, like for example, any scientist, if they are becoming the scientist, then after reading certain dignified books or certain clarified books, then only they have become the scientist, or they have done something creative related to the law. Am I right? Am I right? Okay, the same way with the management. If we are learning management, then we are having the proper books of it, proper study material of it. Okay, from where we can get the knowledge of management, that what you mean by management, what are the places where management is applied, am I right, and how we can apply the management. So in both science as well as management, in both the fields, we are having a systematic body of knowledge. It means that we are having an organized study material. So first point we can say that yes, first point is available in both the cases. Clear, students? Now the second point. What is there in second point? Logical and scientific observation. Now how come? See, here it is written science as an objective. Now what happens is, basically what happens that if I talk about the law of gravity, or if I talk about the rule of thumb rule, that what we have already studied in 10th standard science book, right, if you all remember. So those rules and those systems or those logics are such which will not going to be changed at any circumstances. It will going to be applied same. The object will be same. The way it is applied over here, the same way it will going to be applied in any other organization or in any other business unit or in any other country or by any other person. Am I right? Am I right? Okay. Now, here it is written management as a subjective. Now see, following, of course we need a proper systematic way of following the management. Okay, but what happens is management is directly connected with the human behavior. Management is directly connected with the human behavior. Science, what happens? In science, whatever it is final. It will not going to be dependent on anybody's will and wishes. But here in the management, as management is being run by the human beings, by the human behavior, so what happens is the way or the principles that what we are following in our organization, it is not important that same way or in same manner the principles will going to be followed in any other organization. Okay, like there are many principles. About the principles of management, I will not going to go in deep, as already we're going to study in our next chapter, but still, like there are many principles like principles of division of labor, principle of unity of command, principle of specialization of time, okay, principle of stability of tenure, okay. So there are many principles, okay. But the thing is, although the principles are same in each and every organization, in each and every country, but the mannerism to follow those principles is quite different. Am I right? The mannerism is quite different. Clear, everyone? Understood with the first 2 points? Okay. Now the next point is repeated experiments. Repeated experiments, how come? Now see, we also know that situations are randomly changing. Although we are talking about a science or although we are talking about the management. In both the situations, in both the cases, situations are randomly changing. So now what we need to do is, if we need to apply anything, then before applying, we need to do lots and lots of experiment. Am I right? If any new thing you have made in the organization or in your institute, then before applying it officially, what we need to do is we need to do many experiments. Okay, fine. And after doing the experiments, if we are getting the successful results from the experiments, then only we are going to apply. Then only those principles can be successful. Am I right? So this principle, this repeated experiment is applied in both the cases, whether we are talking about the science or we are talking about the management. In science also, if we are creating any new principle, if we are doing any new creativity, then before implementing it, we need to do the experiments. Clear? Same way with the management, if we are manufacturing any new product. So before selling the product, we need to do the experiments of that particular product, that whether that particular product is helpful or not. Then only we can look after the implementation of those particular principles. Clear, students? Understood? Okay. Now the next point is universal. Universal means which is applied exactly the way they have been made. So in case of science, there are no changes. The way the principles are being made, the way the rules and regulations are being made, the same way it will going to be applied, exactly same. Okay? But in management, it is not applied exactly the way they have been made. Why? Because it is not important the way or the manner of working which is there in organization A. For example, same manner of working will going to be there in organization B. That is why, or the manner of working which is there in India, same manner of working will going to be there in Australia. Getting my point? Although the principles are same, but following of those principles can be different. Why? Because of the human behavior. Understood, students? So, in science, it can be applied exactly the way they are. But in management, it will not going to be applied exactly. Clear? Now the last point is replication. Replication means ditto, same, exactly same. What happens is, in science, if we are taking the same data, taking the same data, then probably 95% chances are there that the result will be same. Like suppose for example, there are two scientists. And both the two scientists, one is there in India and another scientist is there in America. Clear? Both the scientists are doing one observation about the same thing. Means the object is same. And the materials that what they have taken, the data that what they have taken to look after or to do the experiment, that is also same. The principle that they are following, that is also same. So probably the result will be same. Okay? Why? The data and everything is same. And the rules and regulations in order to follow the principles are also probably same. But if I talk about the management, supposedly if I have made one questionnaire of business studies, okay, and I have distributed that questionnaire between the two sections of 12th commerce, like in 12th A and 12th B. Okay, same questionnaire I have made and same questionnaire Xerox I have given to all the students of both the classes. Okay, fine. 30 copies in section A and 30 copies in section B. Okay, questions are same, everything is same. But students are different. Students' thinking are different. Clear? They are belonging from the same class. They are belonging from the same school. They are of the same age group. They are reading the same material. still the result that what they will going to produce, that will be different. Why? Because each and every human being way of thinking will be different. And I cannot tell that each and every human being is same as another. So at the end, when I will going to compare all the 60 students answer, then I will not going to find same. I will going to find different 60 answers. Why? Depending upon the human behavior. Clear? Understood everyone? I guess you all are cleared about the management as a science. So basically at the end I should tell you that management is not exactly a science. It is a social science. What I should call it as a social science. Why? Because in this human behavior is connected with it. That is why it is not exactly a science. It is an inexact science, or it is not a pure science. Why? Because in this human behavior is attached with that. Okay, so in exam any like a statement based question can also be asked. Management is a social science. Explain the statement. So the answer would be, I guess already you have gone through the you are aware about the answer, that management is not a pure science, because here the human behaviors, the sentiments, the natures, the psychologies are dependent, and each human being is different from one another. That is why we cannot call management as a pure science. That is why management is a social science. Clear, students? I guess you all have got this information. Fine. So now let's move on with our next topic, that is management as an art. Now, management as an art. Basically, what do you mean by art? Art means doing something practically. Okay. In previously we have compared management with science, which is totally scientific, logical, where everything is logical. Okay, where everything is dependent on cause and effect relationships. Here we're going to depend upon that how a particular person's creativity is dependent on the management. Okay, like here it is written, the definition: art can be defined as a systematic body of knowledge which requires skill, creativity and practice to get the perfection. I guess, of course, you will going to agree with me with this particular point. Why so? Because see, in art also you require knowledge. Like how come? Suppose if I talk about dance is an art. Music is an art. Drawing is an art. Clear? It is an art. Fine. But to do that particular art, we need to have the proper knowledge, proper and a systematic knowledge. Okay, so very first point of this particular topic, which is then systematic body of knowledge, as what we have studied in science, that here also in art also we require an organized study material. As we all know that if we are having an art of dance, okay, then in dance also we are giving the we are having the reading the books, and we are reading the books, and we are getting the knowledges, and we are giving the exams, and then we are taking the degrees. Am I right? Same way, if we talk about music, like sa re ga ma pa dha ni sa. So what it is a knowledge. But how we have got that knowledge? By reading certain books. Am I right? By reading certain books. So same way that in art also we require a proper and an organized study material. So this way we can call it as that in both management and art, study material is required. Proper systematic body of knowledge is required. Clear? Second, personalized application. Personalized application means, now see, supposedly there are 10 dancers in your city. There are 10 dancers and very well renowned dancers. But is this possible that all the 10 dancers are having the same way of dancing? Same style of dancing? Is it possible? No, na. Somebody is very good in classical, somebody is very good in pop dance, somebody is very good in contemporary, somebody is very good in rocking dances, okay? Somebody is very good, etc. Okay, so like this way, everybody has their own personal skills. Am I right? Has their own personal skills and their own creativity. Clear? Like if I talk about music, then somebody is very good in singing soft songs, somebody is very good in singing high pitch songs, somebody is very good in singing emotional songs, okay? Somebody is very good in singing rocking songs. So what is all this? That every particular person, depending upon the human nature, everybody is having their own personal skills and creativity, that how you are applying, okay? Like knowledge everybody is having the knowledge, but the point is that how you are getting differentiated from somebody else, and you are getting differentiated from somebody else only at the matter of that how creative you are, or how creatively you are presenting your art. Am I right? Fine, students? And the last point is practice and creativity. See, we all know that as much practice we will do, and as much perfection we will going to get. Am I right? This is a famous proverb that you have already studied, that practice makes the man perfect. Hai na? Am I right? So practice makes the man perfect. It means that as much practice we will do. Same way, if in art, if I talk about, so if a dancer, if any particular girl is a dancer, so as much practice she will going to do in dancing, as much perfect she will going to become. Same way in the management, as much practice you will going to do how to manage a particular business unit or how to manage your organization, as much perfect you will going to become, and then you will going to open more and more business units. Am I right? So it is rightly said that management, in both management and art, practice and creativity is involved. So that is why it is being told that management is an art of getting the things done through others. And these two slides is a short answer or a conclusionary part of why management is being termed as both science as well as art. Okay, students, I hope that I have made you clear about these two particular topics. So in today's video, we're going to end our today's video by completing these two particular topics. Management as a profession we're going to do in our next video. Okay, students, so please go through these particular topics. I'm again repeating, please go through these particular topics very carefully. Read all the points very carefully, and for the detailed description you can visit these particular apps like Diksha app. You can download your NCERT books from this particular app. Okay, please download your book, download your chapters and start reading thoroughly. Your extra mark online platform app is there. You can do your practice sessions, your MCQs based sessions, online sessions. You can solve your MCQs from this particular app. Then on Flint though, you please be in touch. Okay, students, so very soon I will come back to you soon. Read thoroughly, stay safe, stay home and stay blessed. Thank you.